We're having a conversation with Tara Peterson with Crenshaw Peterson this morning. So the courts really seem to be backed up with guardianship files today. So why are so many people needing guardianship right now?
It really comes down to not planning or not updating your plan or not planning well.
Okay.
So the first issue is not keeping that plan updated. If we have power of attorney documents that are maybe too old or don't include like HIPAA waivers or the powers we need for long-term care planning, sometimes some of our older power of attorneys restrict those things, then we end up in court needing to name that guardian so that they have the authority to go do that planning or whatever's needed. The other side of that, though, is that a lot of people really struggle with who they're going to pick to make those decisions. Who's going to make my healthcare decisions? Who's going to sign the contract to sign me up for payments to a nursing home or a facility or in-home care help? And who's going to write those checks? And so they won't pick. They'll name all of their children together, whether that's 2 or 3 or 4. And unfortunately, it's just too difficult these days to get all of those minds on the same page.
Yeah.
And so when we have more than one listed, very often we end up in court picking between them, or the court doesn't like to choose between siblings, and so they just pick the court itself, and they're in charge.
Yeah, well, so how do you avoid, going to court if you become incapacitated?
Yeah, that's where the planning comes in. Get in front of your attorneys often, keep those documents updated, and get specific. So we've really gotten very specific in the last few years about different things. So I'll have one child call me and say, Mom never wanted to go into that type of facility. There's this other facility she was okay with, but my brother won't send her there.
Right.
Well, put it in the document. If that's your feelings about that, write it down. So let's get specific, let's get detailed. Choose who is actually going to have the ultimate authority. You hope that they're all talking to each other and listening, but pick who's going to make
But what if
the
they're not getting along? How do
Then we still end up in court, unfortunately. But we can go to court with enough definition and detail that it's going to make the process easier and smoother and less expensive for your estate.
Plan. Just get it all together and have those conversations, and difficult conversations.
Difficult conversations, but needed, because it's more difficult if you haven't planned and gotten it written out.
CrenshawPeterson.com. You can give Tara a call at 517-347-2100. Great information again.
Thanks.